Alright guys, so I really just want to review today our area models with division, go over a few, and then I'm going to have you practice them. Now your page will look just like this, except I have included that little dice roller, so if you don't have any dice at home, you can do this yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to roll a 3-digit by 1-digit problem. Now, I have a dice here with me. It is a 10-sided dice actually, and so it makes larger numbers, so I'm going to be working with that. Yours probably won't be as hard because yours will only go 1 through 6. So it's going to be a 3-digit by 1-digit number, and I'm going to write that down after I roll. All right, so I have 6. I'm going to write it up here. 7. 3. So there's my 3-digit number divided by, now I want a 1-digit number, but if I roll a 1, I'm going to roll it again because anything divided by 1, if I got a 1, it'd be 673. That'd be easy. All right, so anything divided by 1 is itself. It's the same answer. So if I get that, I want you to roll again. Oh, and it's by 7. Good, this is a harder problem. All right, so remember your divisor, the number you're dividing by goes over here. We haven't really talked about that vocabulary, but this is a divisor. Okay, your dividend, the number that you're going to be splitting up, goes inside your area model, so 673. Now, before I can start this, I need to make myself a 7s T-chart. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I like thin lines between mine, especially when I don't have notebook paper. So I'm going to go ahead and put lines. And we only need to go to 9. Okay, so I know my 7's facts, so I'm just going to list them. If you need to use the dots to count yours, use your dots. 14, 21, 28, 35. These are my multiples of 7. That's what these are called. 42, 49, 56, and 63. All right. So I'm looking at all my multiples of 7 for something that's close to 673. And I don't have anything close to that. So I'm going to make my chart 10 times larger, sticking the 0 on the end, multiplying everything by 10. And see if this helps me. Okay, I really did. Look, 630. That's way closer to 673. So I'm going to use these two numbers. So that means 90 groups of 7 gives me 630 that I can take out of there. So when I subtract, I end up with 43. So I'm going to break my area model now and bring just the 43 over here. Well, now when I look back at my multiples, let's see, right here, 70 is the smallest. So 43 is not going to work. So now's when I go back through. I'm going to mark off all my zeros. All right, so then 43. Can I get close to 43 without going over it? So like 49 would be a bad choice because it's too big. 42 is my closest right here. So 6 more groups. So I'm going to say plus 6 more groups of 7. And 6 times 7, that's this number, 42. And I'm going to subtract 42. I have 1 left. I'm below, right here, my divisor. When you subtract, as soon as you get below it, you're finished. That becomes that remainder that we learned about in the remainder of one book. So I add 90 plus 6. That gives me 96 with a remainder of 1. And that would be my answer. So this is what I'm going to be looking for today on your work. Let's do one more. All right, so I'm going to roll my dice again. All right, so I'm going to write my problem here just so I remember it. 520, ooh, 520, okay, with a 0, that's okay. divided by, remember you can divide by anything except I don't want you to get a 1. And then don't get a 0 either if you have a 10-sided dice, because that would be 0. Oh, divided by 3. Okay. So your divisor goes over here. Your dividend, 520, the dividend goes here. This is the number you're dividing up into groups. So before I can start, I need a 3's chart. 1, 2, 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that would be 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, and 27. All right, so none of those are close to 520. None of them. All right, so I'm going to make my chart 10 times larger. I'm going to go 0, 0, 0, 0. 10 times larger, multiplying everything by 10 by adding 1 0. And none of these are very close to 520. So guess what? I've made my chart 10 times larger. That still doesn't get me close because my biggest number on my chart is 270. All right, so guess what you can do? You can make that 100 times larger by adding another 0. So it's like multiplying everything in your chart by 100. Oh, look, 300, that's closer. 600, that's too much. Still, this works. Okay, so 300, a little bit closer, not much, but a little bit. So we're going to use this one right here. That's as close as I can get. I couldn't use 600, it was too much. So I'm going to take 100 groups of 3, which equals 300. I'm going to take that away. I've split that part up already. Okay, so I'm left now with 220. Well, 300 is the smallest, so I'm going to go ahead, take all those zeros away. All those zeros, all those zeros. All right, so now I'm looking for something close to 220. Well, 210, let's use this one, 210, that's pretty close. So I'm going to take away 70 more groups of 3. So minus 210. All right, that leaves me with 10. Okay, I'm still not less than 3, so I've got to do this again. So I'm going to bring my 10 over. Well, my smallest thing is 30, so I'm going to go ahead and take away the green zeros. Get back to my original chart. See, are any of my multiples close to 10? Well, 9 is really close, so I'm going to use that one. So 3 more groups, so plus 3 more groups of 3. 3 times 3 is 9. That's where the 9 comes from. Take that away, and I have 1. Okay, good. Look, I'm less than my 3. That's my remainder. So when I add these up, my answer, my quotient, the answer to division is quotient, 173, remainder 1. All right, guys, so I hope that really helps y'all. Just kind of review a little bit of it. Make sure to show all your work. I want to see it all so that I can see if you're not understanding something and I can try to help you.